Well, hello again. Um, Today, well, actually, last night what I did was I burned a bit of time. It takes more time. What I did was I sat around going into, for a little while, going into custom games. And then I have my Titan set up. I have one. I probably should change it at some point. But I had one of these set up with the 10% boost, and then I had my Ultimate Editions and a regular one, and I just wanted to see, if you don't do anything, for example, and you just sit down and you just go into a match and you didn't do anything at all, how long does it take for the Titan to charge? Because the Titan does just passively charge. So I did just a few simple tests to time it, and I was a little surprised by what I got. I mean, I did it, I dropped onto a map, and I just stood there and I timed it. I did it a couple times to make sure. And then I went and I picked up a beacon and didn't do anything else, and just did that a couple times, make sure I got the same numbers. And then I went and did 2 beacons and did that a couple times and made sure I got the right number. So, I burned maybe grand total about an hour messing around with this. And, I was a little bit surprised. I mean, the general assumption is that if I picked up a beacon, you get a little bonus to your charge, right? And you pick up 2 beacons, you get a bonus to your Titan charge. Okay. Well, the Titan charge, the baseline of the Titan charge is if you had an Ultimate Titan, doesn't matter which one, and you had Titan Master, the 10% starting bonus skill, at about the 3 minute and 55 second mark, if you didn't do anything at all, you're going to be able to drop your Titan. If it's just the Ultimate Edition and you didn't do the Titan Master skill, 2 minutes 55, 2 minutes 54 seconds, right in that territory, left in the game. Not into the game, left in the game. You'll be able to drop your Ultimate Titan. And that's if you don't do anything at all, you just stand there. Right? If you have the Titan Master skill and a normal Titan, 2:30, 2 minutes 30 seconds left in the game, without doing anything at all, you can drop your Titan. And if it's just the base Titan, not an Ultimate Edition and no Titan Master skill, and you don't do anything at all, it's going to be at about a minute and 40. Now the thing about that is when I picked up 1 beacon, man, just as a quick example, the Ultimate Edition drops from 255 to 230, so it takes longer after you do that to get it. The regular one with the Titan Master drops to under 2 minutes, and your baseline one, if you pick up 2 beacons, for example, your baseline Titan, if you don't do anything else and you pick up 2 beacons, you will never drop your Titan. However, if you never pick up a beacon, you're taking a beating on that. That's what that is. But if you never pick up a beacon though, with that base level Titan, at a minute and 40, no matter what, you'll be able to drop it, because that's the default charge. I was surprised by that, right? The more beacons you picked up, the slower your default charge went. which is interesting because you want to pick up beacons in order to charge your orbital strike, and you do get a little bonus at the beginning. I know, I've watched it, right? But what it does do is apparently it has an adverse effect on your default charge rate. I don't know what to do with that information, but I thought it was kind of a surprise, really. I mean, that's not what I would have ever expected. I thought for certain, oh yeah, I'm gonna go out there, pick up a beacon, and I'll just park my butt here, and I should be faster, right? I should get done with it quicker. Nope. It took longer, almost a minute longer. It's like, what? Pick up 2 beacons, and your default baseline Titan of any type, it won't ever get a charge. Not without doing damage. So then I tried watching to see if there was a number of kills or anything I could tell. It's just really hard because you don't know how much durability anything has when you're fighting it. You don't know whether or not you're running against any particular... Oh, I started on a bad page. Any particular skills or anything. It does appear to be damage-based, which is partially why the Tesla weapons are good when you get groups of people, because you hit multiple people at once, you can do more damage faster even if you're not getting kills. And it makes sense if damage is the charge, right? Well, more damage, faster charge, right? That's the good working way to look at it. There we go. Just take care of that right away. Missed him. Oh well. We'll see if we can pick up that spare. Is this thing just not changing or what? Holy cow. Just seemed like it was awfully slow for a minute there, eh, bud? Oh, run away, run away. Alright, well, we're not doing too well on the beacons here, are we? Every time we turn around, they're taking them, we're losing them. Partay. Oh, and they got another beacon rack. Jeez. Well, I guess, there is something to be said for the annoying beacon runner, right? Here we go. This is what you like to see when you're running the Tesla thing. You like them to be all bunched up like this, so that you can really get in there on multiples at a time. Right? And then, cause could have dropped it a little earlier, but I decided I was going to try to chase that guy for a minute. Not really what I wanted to do. Guys, geniuses, beacons, hello. Oh man. You think the concepts are easy, but then you watch that and you wonder. pushy with me, buddy. You're late. See how aware our guy is. You see a lot of green streaks coming off of this guy? You got one. Uh-oh, he went down. I'm about to get surrounded. Yep. Surrounded. Well, I don't know what happened to the guys. Well, I know what happened to them. A lot of them never got out of the backfield. Is what it is. Yeah, and if we're being spawn camped right now, there's by an Atlas, what are you gonna do, right? Not really worth trying to drop. Maybe over here. Oh well. Yep. Kind of interesting. I can just sit here and watch my team never get out of the back. Only when I got out. Shame. Oh well. I don't know what the one guy was doing with this. See, at this point, it's not about winning. It's just damage so that, you know, I don't lose points. That's all it's about. So there's no way my guys are going to be able to put up a fight. You always hope that people will be able to make good decisions, because that's what this really is half the time, right? It's decisions. You know, who is this? Which one was this? Oh, you didn't. Try to give people the benefit of the doubt. What is this? Oh, what? Why was it even lit up? Okay. I don't get it. What am I supposed to be looking at? This game is dumb sometimes. But and I know I'm not alone, because I've watched a lot of different streams, and it is not uncommon at all, to see Adrian wondering, what happened to my team? What happened to my team? To see Duck looking around, what happened to my team? So I don't feel like I'm alone in this particular side of things. It's I think the thing that gets to me sometimes is when you look back and you see the guys and you see 3 or 4 guys back there and you're like, why won't you pick up the beacons? I don't understand. That's the part I don't understand, is why they don't. Because they're right there sometimes. They're literally standing right next to the beacon, and they won't move over. I don't know why. seems like if you don't really have much interest in the beacons, you should play TDM. Or free-for-all. I was doing free-for-all. Still trying to get my... Alright. Uh-oh. We've seeded a beacon. And this is something too. You know, if you're gonna fight for a beacon, fight on the beacon. Right? Try not to seed ground unless you have to. I don't know why he's weaponless. Maybe he dropped the wrong hanger. It happens. You know, I've done that before. You know, I'll squad with David from Ven, and there's times when, you know, because he'll do some of the special ones, you know, like the 7-mans, or like the Brawlers Rumble one, or whatever. He'll do some of those ones. When you do those ones, you can't always switch your hangers, and I won't realize we dropped in right away until I'll drop a bot thinking, oh yeah, you know, I'll just, you know, move over to this other bot, and then I realize, oh no, I'm in a hanger where that one's not available to me. Uh-oh. Well, that's they really gave those things some bump, didn't they? Because I've been getting thrown around like nobody's business lately. And I'm rather stunned at how much bump they have, you know? You know, I suppose I should just do this. You know, one thing I haven't spent much time with, let's give it a try. I don't actually have it fully built, but, you know, what the heck? I don't actually know how to play it. So, I got buttons! I didn't even have enough weapons for it, because I haven't bought any cards since that opening volley of them, you know, right? And so I got 3 of them on here, but I'm not... Oh, hey, hi, bud. You know, it's a cooldown heat up thing again, I guess. They have to do that with some of their weapons. Ooh, hey. Okay, alright. We got one guy down. Look at this. 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Nobody's watching the beacons. You guys gonna move? They are amazingly slow sometimes, right? Look, school of fish. I say it all the time. Some people, they cannot do it by themselves. Wow. That was good timing as far as right at the end, seeing the explosion. Like a little piece of fireworks. I didn't shoot him though, I don't know what happened there. I don't know if he killed himself or somebody else longballed him. That was great timing on the effect though. I know it's a hard number to obtain, I get that, but you can see 3 million is a nice marker. If you can break 3 million consistent, you'll be in a good place in most matches. I know it's a tough marker, and I know, I have a fat boy hanger. No, I did the timing though on the Titans because I was curious to see. So they're basically, if you don't do anything at all, you know, you're going to be able to drop in the last couple of minutes, pretty much no matter what. So you got to drop before that. I have watched people though that I know, you know, on their streams and their videos, and then you watch them and they go and they drop their third bot, and you look and their Titans charged. Like don't be afraid to drop that Titan. It's not gonna bite you. You know, that's another thing too. When it comes down to it, the order of your drops matters, right? And you have to think beyond what you feel like, and have to think more in terms of what's going to be appropriate, you know? Yeah. Alright, okay. Fucker. Stop getting the charge off me! Uh-oh. Two of them. Uh-huh. Now the trick about this is you want to try to keep them in front of you, right? That's the problem. And they're going to want to try to move around to keep you, and try to surround you, you know? Now, I got a full charge. Had a charge for a little while now, but you know, I haven't been willing to give up my position on the beacon yet. You know, I figure at this point right now I have 3 people tied up. You know, now most cases my teams can never take advantage of that, but you might as well try. See, they're getting their butts kicked right now, so. Seconds. That is a long time for that ability, you know what I mean? That was a really long time. Debuff him. Come on, guys. What we got here? Okay, we got one off of there. Three, two, one, gotcha. I'm out of team. I'm out of team. Bye bye. That's gonna be down for me. I got no team left. Run into that a lot too, where they just will collapse. There's just nothing you can do. You know, I've said this before, I'll say it again. If you're the last man standing and you do not take #1 damage, you fucked up. You did not play it right. Because if you're last man standing and you're anything other than first place in damage and beacons, that means you weren't pushing. You were sitting in your ass, and there you go. You know, try one more, and then I'm going to step away for a little bit, because, well, kind of going like poopers. I don't mean that it's, you know, it's terrible bad or anything like that, but I don't know. It's one of those nights, you know, you get those nights where it's like you can't get on a team, right? Every time you turn around, they're dead. Every time you turn around, they're sitting in the back. And sure, you might get 1 in 4 that's not like that, but that's not enough to keep grinding through the whole night. Not really. You know, there's a point when it's like, you know what, I think I'm just gonna take a break and come back in a couple of hours. Huh? Yeah, I know my Titan's charged. It's charged a little over a minute in with all that stuff that was going on. But, no, it seems like we're still trying to make sure we've got a good hold on the beacon. And everybody seems to love a little blaze party, right? So, we're just letting everybody have some party time. Actually, I'm just waiting to die right now. There it is. You don't push that far in unless you want to die, right? Plain and simple. Maybe I should have took the precepts down, but okay. You guys will live longer if you start dropping your Titans. Except for you and the Blaze, right? Hey, bud. Give me a count. There we go. Gotcha. Well, that one's a little better. I had people coming in with Titans. Didn't see that in my last few matches. I'll take it. That's exactly what we want to see. Now, I was in one where I had 3 luchadors in front of me. Man, talk about a group that just wasn't going to go down. Or another one, I had 2 Atlases in front of me and I just get the heals on them. That's a feel-good kind of position to be in. Like, get off of this one. I hate having to switch. There we go. Why was I even over here again? I have no clue. Oh, that's right. I was looking at the Titans. I should drop the precepts more. I don't have it. It's not fully up to spec, right? Because I didn't have. I'm missing one of those, so I stuck a scavenger lantern on there because I figured, you know, maybe we can get a little bit of blinding out of it, right? Because it has that effect on it. And it has a nice range on it, though. It has a similar easy to use recharge on it, so that works out well. He's not all the way up. I ran out of platinum, and I have so little left to go. Like, that I was like, yeah, I'm not gonna buy it. I'm just gonna wait. And the one level, it's probably not gonna be a huge difference for me on anything. So I left that as is. I know it's a little unusual, but And I also ran out of these rotten things before I got this fully done. Now, I did get everybody, you know, baselined, but I wasn't able to get the final 2 out of this thing. So I think what the difference is that goes to 70%, 5% per extra, something like that, I think. Yeah, 5%. Although if you look at it, that looks like a double, so I bet on the last one, so maybe 75% extra damage again. I like this one simply because this is all damage. The only problem with it is, when you're looking at the health bar, you need to be, I think, in the neighborhood of under 70 or under 60. I want to say 70%, but maybe 60, maybe it's a third, so you know it's a 66% or whatever. But you need to be under that for that to kick in. Although I didn't get there last time, did I? No. It seems like it would be easy to hit though, because it seems like I get beat on all the time. So let's try another Dom round. Yeah, I was on yesterday, and I got a number of matches in with David from Ben, and that's always a good time. He always puts together real good squads, larger 5-man and 6-man squads. We usually do fairly well. We usually win in the neighborhood of 2 out of 3, right? So not bad at all. So I was like that, and I got out of that one. And then somebody I've only squatted with in tank squads, but I've never squatted with them alone. And we 2-manned for the first time last night, although he got me after I'd already been squatting with Ben and after I'd already put in a fair amount of time. So I only stuck around for a handful of matches, but we took 4 for 4. And admittedly, I was a little worried at first because I didn't know where he was. I thought I corrected this. I didn't know, you know, because he's quite a bit lower than where I am, like 3,000 points lower. And usually when I run into that, it's not a matter that, you know, the person's a bad player. No, it's more a matter that, you know, they're going to end up against a lot more guys like me, and they're just not quite equipped for it. It's nothing to do with skill. In most cases at that point, it's about your gear, right? Because you start running into squads of guys with my kind of gear, and it can be harrowing. But Ford, first match we were out there, it was the split I normally expect, with him at the bottom, me at the top. But then every match after that, he stepped up to the plate like nobody's business. He got up into 3rd place. He got up, there was one where I was 2nd, he was 3rd, and we were in with a squad on our side up against a full squad on the other side. Yeah, we took 4 for 4 in 2-mans, and he was never at the bottom after the first one. It's like he was like, oh, I got to step it up, and that's exactly what he did. So I don't know. I don't know if I piss him off when I tease him with Fjord World, you know, because he does Ford World. You know, Fjord World, you know, it's kind of a geographic concept, right, I guess? I don't think he likes it, I don't know. But we did a good job squatting. I'd be glad to squat with him again. So, and if anybody else gets an opportunity to squat with him, squat with him. He knows what he's doing. He's good. He plays above his league ranking. So, anybody that plays above their league ranking, kudos. Because that's hard to do. I don't need it. You know what I mean? That's something that I do. I suppose I should drop my Titan, right? I guess that's the theory. Yeah, I could have dropped it like, 45 seconds ago or so. But you know, you gotta get rid of these miners. They're really annoying. And there you go. Come on, kill me, guys. Alright. You know what? I want to drop that one, but I haven't got any time in with this thing hardly at all, so... Well, I might not get any time in. Holy cow, there's nothing left. See, there's a team where I didn't even have to do anything. I'm willing to bet... what am I going to be? I bet I'll be like at 3rd place. Maybe 4th. Because I was just kind of floating around. I wasn't really, you know, doing anything in particular. I don't think I was racking up massive kills or anything, you know what I mean? So, what do we got going here? Here we go. The theory is you got the new camp charged up right now, right? So it should be good solid burn. Get him! Get him! Yay! That's what we like to see. I wasn't watching my health. Did you see that? I almost went down for a minute there, and I was like, oh yeah, you gotta press the button! You know, that's the thing. The complexity in this game isn't like some sort of, you know, RPG where you gotta, you know, have, you know, 50 different button combos memorized or anything, you know, and, you know, oh, I gotta do this spell and this and that, or where you got some sort of arcade style fighter where, you know, you got double click here, up, down, left, right, forward, special move number 74, you know what I mean? I don't know. Nothing like that. It doesn't have that kind of complexity, but that's a complexity of dexterity, not a complexity of combat, you know what I mean? And there's something to be said for that, but with this one here, all the complexity is in timing. It's all about when to do something, when not to, and it's not about button mashing, you know? There's better timing and there's worse timing, and the people who have really good timing seem to walk through the game, right? People who have I was close, 2nd, I was thinking 3rd, maybe 4th, because I was just running around. Ooh, EXO, my old clan, good guys. So, do we dare? Do we dare? You know, I've been trying to do the free-for-alls, trying to get 1 or 2 in here and there. Man, because look, I'm 4 heavy Titan drops away from finally getting the Gladiator. And I'm done. I'll never go into free-for-all again. Almost made a video about one of them. And I was like, you know what? It's just not that exciting of a match. You know, I had, what was it, 10 kills, 5 assists. It just was like that. I was like, wasn't worth showing. What was I doing? Oh yeah, we were gonna try Beacon Rush again. See, it seems like we lost our Beacon Rush as we won our DOMs. Right? Am I wrong or am I right? I think I'm right about that. Maybe we won 1 Beacon Rush. I think we lost all the others. I don't know why I say we, but we're gonna assume that you guys are with me in spirit as I go through all. Oh, gosh darn it! I didn't switch that over again. In spirit, if nothing else, right? So we are gonna kick some butt. You guys are here making me successful. Oh, hey, smarty pants. Hope we don't play that. There we go. I want you both on one side. Thank you. That way I can get the full glory. You again. Get away from me. Run. And that's a smart move, right? If you're not getting ahead and you have the ability to break off, break off. Don't feel like you're obligated to die. I do it all the time. If I think I'm going down and I think I can break off and go for a softer target, I will. You know? Absolutely. Hey, I just took this beacon. You're not allowed to come in and try for it. Those are the rules. We are fully charged. We're at 1 minute and 20 seconds in. I think I was charged closer to a minute. So, do we drop the precepts? I don't see anybody else out here, right, with their Titans yet, so... let's just do that, right? It's not gonna hurt anything at this point, yeah. Well, I could drop that. You know, I know you're not fully up to spec, but you're solid, right? You're solid. Yeah, you definitely have to play it with a little more caution. Yeah, my guys weren't doing anything back over there, though. So, they got 5 of them, or they did have 5 of them stacked up over there. You know, this probably isn't the best bot for this map. It's not really what I can do. Okay guys, you got 4 of you all in one spot. Try to use that to do something other than watch them advance. not gonna try to do a whole lot of damage to a luchador. Seems like it's closer than it should have been. Well, no. Relatively mediocre play today. No real curb stomping going on. Oh, well. You know, it is what it is sometimes, right? It is what it is sometimes. Let's get off of this one. There we go. Alright. And we'll do one last one. The question is, what should I do? Should I do Dom or should I do Beacon Rush? We lost more at Beacon Rush, so we'll assume Beacon Rush is the bigger challenge right now. And therefore, I need more work at it. So what I do is, if I go to Beacon Rush and I lose like a couple in a row, I switch to Dom. If I can get a win or two there, then go back to Beacon. You know what I mean? And it's not about looking for the easiest of the fights. It's about you know, cutting down on the frustration level, right? Because, you know, it gets frustrating when you have to face long series of losses. It's just what it is. So I don't like to do it, you know? And so it's not that the series isn't the same either way, right? It's just that I don't do it all at once. No, I'm probably gonna get killed here trying to get this beacon, but okay. Oh, come on, give it to me, give it to me. Ah, there's my heal. There we go. You know, the one thing I've found out about that, I don't even know how to pronounce the name. I don't know. The one thing about it though is those charges, you only get 3, they don't regenerate. And so if you can soak them off the guy, that's pretty much ends up being like the last of his meaningful defenses. You have to play them kind of careful in that regard. Oh my goodness, look at them all drop. I'm dying! Alright. Alright, let's get back to the, See? So what do I do? What do I do? Do I? Well, I guess it depends on how's the team doing. Looks like they're dying. So we'll just drop whatever first. Uh-huh. Alright. Scrape by on that one. Holy cow. You notice the guy dropped his precepts, and the two other people dropped their titans. See how late it was? By the time they dropped it, they were pinned down in the back, right? Force versus force. Isn't force the same thing that one goofball's a part of? No, it's not. Never mind. I'm thinking of somebody else. I'm thinking of the, oh, what's his name? Slatanic. For some reason I thought he was a part of a group called Force. I don't know. Doesn't matter. So we're gonna leave it off there for right now. I don't know, how did I get? Did I get 8153? So I guess I got up maybe about 80 points, 80 to 90, somewhere in there. Not bad. I need to drop 4 times, but it takes so long to drop sometimes. And if I can remember to drop the Titan, then I can finish this off and I never have to see that again. And then, do we dare? Not because it's hard, but because, can you see how long that's going to take? 25 battles? 50 battles! 50 battles! Wow! Wow! Maybe maybe I won't do that one. Holy crap! Considering how long it takes to get into those, you know what I mean? Nah, I don't know about that. I think we'll be happy if we get Gladiator. Yeah, we'll call it. We'll go with that. We'll call it good. Oh, well, keep that in mind about the Titans. Isn't that weird? You know, if you pick up a beacon, you don't do anything. You're slower than if you did nothing at all. You know, so if you decide, so if you're a beacon runner, bear that in mind. If you're not getting kills and you're just getting beacons, it's probably really hard to charge up. And damage is your #1 thing to charge up. The more damage you can do, the faster you'll charge. The trick about the Tesla ones is like what you saw, is you start going against 2 and 3 people at a time. If you can keep them in front of you, you're essentially doubling and tripling your damage output in the same period of time. That's why they charge fast, right? If you go 1 target at a time, you still have to kill like 5-6 targets separately in order to get there. But you get them in a cluster like that, whether they die or not, you're still getting a massive charge because of the amount of damage you're doing. So something to keep in mind. Yeah, I was a little surprised by that. But I don't know if that helps at all. I think that for the most part, I do see consistently people who are on the better side, sub 4 minutes. You know, 3 minutes is not an uncommon territory for on the successful side. 4 minutes. You notice the one, guys? As you start dropping in the 6-minute mark, 7-minute mark, you're late. You're very late. And unless both sides are equally late, you're going to be leaving yourself at a disadvantage. So. And I know if you don't have an ultimate, it doesn't charge that fast. Is what it is. Is what it is. Alright, people. You know, we're coming up on the holidays here. I don't know if I'll do another little ramble before the holidays. If I do, you know, bonus round, I got off my butt. If I didn't, I'll probably just try to get some more clips out there. See if I can get anything with a halfway decent battle. I know there wasn't anything great tonight, but yeah, you know, I can always hope, because I'll be grinding some more battles. I'll be trying to get the free-for-all ones done, and you know, we'll see how that goes. So I hope your matches are going well. I hope that when you go into the holidays, I know relatives can be tough, but just bear in mind, you know, there's people out there that don't have any relatives. And someday you're going to look at those relatives and you're going to look at them in your mind's eye, because that's all that's going to be left, is a memory in the back of your mind. And you know what? Those things that used to bug you, they're going to be some of the things that help you remember them the best. So, you know, act in good faith these holidays. Be kind to your relatives. Be patient. It's not that big of a chunk of our lives. And then everybody goes their own way again. And you can look back on things fondly. There's those of us who don't have those memories. You know, those of us who don't have family. And, you know, some of us, we look at those people who have the big families and they have those get-togethers, not with envy, no, but with admiration. You know, that's really what we should be striving for. So, if I don't post another thing between now and then, I hope you have a very wonderful holiday, and I hope that you are with loved ones, and that you know, I know they're common memories at this point because we do this every year, but they're still memories with family. Cherish them. And remember, take care of yourself, people. It's tough out there.